What, if anything, would you do on the City Council to address public transportation? And Ms. Zavala, if you don't mind, we'll start with you.
So last year, so for anybody who isn't familiar or hasn't used the service, we have a busing service through Smart Transit. And it is something that the city, the county, and the university help fund. And that is a free service, which is really great. There are 2 routes on that service. And last year, Smart Transit looked at extending the hours for those existing 2 routes or adding a 3rd. And the decision was made to extend the routes. And I was in favor of adding a 3rd because I think it's really great. They had evening hours for those folks and Saturday hours. If you use that service, it's really nice to have it be a better one where you have some additional time to ride the bus. But if you are not served at all, then that's a really tough thing in that if the bus doesn't come by where you live, then it's not really something that you can utilize. And so it's a fairly expensive thing to do to add another route, but I would like us to see bigger populations served as well as better services for the populations that are using the bus.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rodriguez.
I hadn't ridden a bus in years since I was just a young man, so I got on the bus the other day. It was kind of fun. It's really neat to see the city like that, just driving around. Somebody else is dying and just driving in. But I think it's important because some of the guys I work with, I asked them specifically, where would you like it to go? And there's a little bit of extension for them as to where they might go and where they might end up. And so I think, again, it's just, if we can look at it, if it's feasible, financially feasible, and we can do it, sure, why not? I think those are the things we need to weigh. Those are the things we need to look at: is cost, is it really effective, are people going to use it more, and how, just those benefits to the amount of money that needs to be spent to make something like that happen. So I think I'll take the other route next time and see how it goes.
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell.
So I've said it once already tonight, I say it again, I look at things at a return on investment. What is the value of it? What are we getting out of it? I think that when you look at the transit system, if you can get buses that actually bring more people into the city, you're actually fixing the parking problem or helping with the parking problem. Because more people are riding the bus instead of trying to park downtown. So I'm all for, if the cost is right, I'm all for, let's get some different routes going. Let's get some more routes if that's going to help out the community. But again, it goes back to what's the cost? What's it going to cost the citizens? What's it going to cost the city? How is it going to, how's that going to affect you guys? Because I look at, the money, when I look at the city, I think that money is being your money. It's, and I need to be fiscally responsible with that money. And that's kind of how I look at things in my own personal life. Get a budget, follow a budget, make sure you're buying the right thing. So.
Thank you, Ms. Laffin.
What's important to take note of is that the survey that was done in 2018, when riders and the community were both asked questions about whether or not we should expand to another route or should we expand our hours based on the money that we had. And the decision was made to expand the hours and to increase it on the weekends as well. Wouldn't we all love to have more bus access? The question is, how do we pay for that? And how do we make sure that, in fact, we educate people about the value of using that bus service? Because expanding it without actually increasing the number of people who are using that, then that becomes a problem. Education is also a sense of, we have 2 different services here. One is a fixed schedule that goes through 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after every hour. The other part of that is there's a dial-a-ride. People can call up and ask 24 hours in advance, I need a ride to here. And so they can actually schedule that ahead of time. If more people knew that, maybe we'd have more people using it.
Thank you. Ms. Kelly.
I'm so encouraged that this question keeps coming up because that means people are actually concerned and maybe wanting to use the bus. And I love that. Of course, we have to be fiscally sound about how we go about doing this. But yes, what we did in 2018, I think that is a great start. We listened to the people, we tried to find a way to help them meet their needs. Clearly this question keeps coming up, and I think that means people want more opportunities for the bus. Great, I don't know how to do that yet, but I do think that we need to do more investigation. We need to talk to more people. We need to talk to the university. We need to talk to downtown. We need to talk to our seniors who are living farther out of town and want to come to downtown and enjoy those same benefits. I think there's great work we can do on busing. How to make it fiscally sound is certainly one of those questions. I can't wait to tackle that. I hope you'll elect me on November 5th, and let's get to work on that problem together. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Behrens, you'll be the last respondent, and if you don't mind making your summary statement right after that.
All right, sounds good. So I think I would echo a lot of what's been said here. I mean, we need to make sure that we are being fiscally responsible, that we're making sure we understand what the impact is. So when we're talking about public transportation, transportation itself is so incredibly important, especially in this day and age. We want to make sure that we're engaging with all members of the community, whether or not they're able to drive their own car and get into town, right? So in terms of adding another route, in terms of increasing hours, I would want to again go back to that data-driven decision. Having a survey done and then deciding to extend hours is an excellent way to go about doing that. And so if we're going to add another service, I want to know how many people are using the bus, how many people find it insufficient, who are the people that we would be accessing if we did add that other bus route. And so those are the questions that I'd want to have, and I don't have that information, I don't have that magical solution for you. But one thing that I would do on City Council is think through that and make sure that we're making the most sound decision that is fiscally responsible and for the benefit of our community members.
Thank you, and if you don't mind with your closing